This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. We begin with some breaking news in Manatee County.
The controversial Confederate statue in Manatee County will be torn down. Commissioners made that decision late this afternoon. That was following a protest in front of the statue in Bradenton yesterday evening. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick is joining us live from the Manatee County Administration Building with details on Commissioners' decision today. Jess.
Good evening, Scott and Haley. Today, the Manatee County Commission voted to tear down the statue and to later decide where it will go. The motion clearly stating that their reasoning behind this is because of public safety concerns for the residents who live here. Now, this was not an easy decision for the commission to make. That was obvious by the 4-3 vote, but the debate was heated from the very beginning. In 1924, county commissioners voted to put the Confederate statue up. Today, 93 years later, some commissioners felt it was the board's decision to vote to tear it down. Others felt that the commissioners couldn't make that decision for more than 363,000 residents in Manatee County and wanted to put the issue up as a referendum on the 2018 ballot. But in the end, commissioners made the decision ultimately worried about the public safety of residents and officers and more protests, and didn't want to wait until 2018 to make a decision. Now, Sheriff Rick Wells says the Manatee County Sheriff's Office spent about $20,000 to $30,000 protecting the community during yesterday's protest, and his deputies are preparing for possible future protests. The Manatee County Clerk addressed the commissioners today, saying she watched the protest from her office window even after sending her employees home. Now, there's no word on who will pay for the move. There is yet another debate over whether or not taxpayer dollars should be used. Commissioners saying they're willing to write $500 checks apiece, also mentioning a possible GoFundMe to pay for it.
No matter how we feel, this is somebody that if that guy comes back and incites violence and all those neo-Nazis show up, somebody could get killed. So what do?
We have no guarantees. If we move it today, the other group's going to be there. Mm-hmm. So, we can sit back and the politics can play up here and we can talk about moving it and doing all that, but we have no guarantees that's taking care of the problem.
There's no word on exactly when this monument will come down. The commission is looking to raise $12,000 before it is taken down, and they will not move it until they do so. For now, reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. New developments tonight in a death investigation in Inglewood. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office worked with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office and Sarasota Police to locate the car deputies say may have been used by a killer. This maroon Grand Marquis was located last night in Sarasota. It's currently being processed by the forensic unit. Investigators are still looking for a man who left a home on 11th Avenue where one person was found dead and 2 others were injured. This was on Sunday. Deputies have not released any information about the victims.
Manatee County Commissioners are expected to vote tomorrow on a controversial development that includes hundreds of homes and condos. Commissioners spent an entire day last week taking comments on the Aqua by the Bay project, but decided to delay the vote until tomorrow. It's a medallion home development led by Carlos Baruf. It would sit on 529 acres off El Conquistador Parkway and along Sarasota Bay and feature those hundreds of homes and condos. Some of those condo buildings, by the way, could reach more than 100 feet tall.
Travelers may notice some upgrades being made at the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. The FAA recently awarded the Sarasota-Manatee Airport Authority a $7 million grant. It will be used for 2 projects at the airport. The first includes installing 13 new passenger loading bridges to replace the existing 28-year-old bridges. Another portion of the grant will pay for the creation of a runway incursion mitigation program, which will provide safety improvements to the taxiways. Both projects are expected to be completed next year.
If you're living in the Northport area, be on the lookout for rattlesnakes in your backyard. City officials say they have recently received a report of a diamondback rattlesnake biting a dog in the Price and Biscayne areas. They've also received 2 other reports of smaller snake bites in the past year. If you or someone you know has been bitten, contact Florida Poison Control Center. You can even send in photos of your bite or the snake so that specialists can determine the type of snake involved and if medical attention is needed.
And it's now time to check on our first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, I can tell you this, the heat index just an hour ago, 103. 103, I think that may have been the highest it has been this afternoon. We'll do a check on that. 95, though, that's the current temperature. You factor in the dew point, which is fairly low at 70, and it feels like 101. The dew point temperature really tells the story. It's dropped a little bit. The humidity, 44%, and the pressure, 2996. Now, that is falling and could become significant later on. We'll talk more about that in a bit. 99 in Orlando, that's what it feels like. Miami at 102. No one's really escaping the heat. It's 104, at least it feels like it, in Arcadia, Northport. A 105, Braden, a little cooler as some air coming in off the river there. Now, as far as the tropics go, things are really starting to heat up. This system is not too intense. We don't expect it to become intense, but it is going to bring us some rainfall for sure, and it looks like it will possibly bring us some heavy rainfall. We'll talk more about that. It's a tropical wave heading to the west, and this is the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Harvey. Kind of took a break for a while as it made its way through the Caribbean, and now the projections are for it to strengthen back to a hurricane. So it could become the third hurricane of the season as it makes its way now toward Texas. That's right, Texas is in its sights. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now to talk about a terrific day on Wall Street from start to finish. Richard.
Haley, you've got it absolutely right. The best day actually we've seen since April. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up by 100 points after only 15 minutes of trading this morning. Was up by 210 points at the high of the day. Didn't finish that high, but certainly a most respectable gain. Some aggressive buying in the NASDAQ, which had been down for 3 days in a row, but certainly not down today. And what's behind it? Well, there are rumors that Congress actually may take a look at tax reform. We'll see about that. But let's take a look at how we did today, and we did very well, thank you. Look at that. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 196 points, 0.9%, closing at 21,899.89 on volume of 642 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I said, had been down 3 days in a row, but certainly not today. Up more than 84 points, more than 1.3%, closing at 6,297.48. That on volume of 1,489 million shares. And of course, the S&P joined the party up 1%, more than 24 points at 2,452.51. Well, shares of Macy's have been down 45% so far this year, but effective September 8th, there's going to be a new sheriff in town. Macy's today announced that it is taking a senior executive vice president away from eBay, who will become the president of Macy's. Now let's see, Macy's, eBay. Might there be perhaps a little retailing, electronic retailing, trying to fight with Amazon? Yes, there surely could be. And as I said, the stock has done very poorly year to date, but the stock was up 5% today, which means investors think that just maybe Macy's is getting the message and is going to look at the very important online business, which apparently it is not doing so far.
And Richard, you also have some news on Best Buy today.
Yes, I do. Perhaps a product that you're familiar with, or Haley is. I don't know a darn thing about it. It's something called Nintendo Switch. It has something to do with video games. The sales apparently are just astounding, and it is actually selling more in the stores than it is online. So a very good day for Best Buy, up 2.2%.
I do not know of it either, Richard, but apparently that's helping them.
We'll do research. I'll be back.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, great.
A special visitor is cheering up some young patients at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Scully, the mascot of the 2017 World Rowing Championships, stopped by SMH this morning to visit kids in the pediatric unit. He played with some of the patients and brought a lot of smiles to their faces. Sarasota Memorial is the official health care provider of the international event. Emergency physicians, registered nurses, and assistants will be on standby to help any injured athletes or spectators.
Well, with our Nathan Benderson Park in such close proximity, and we have an urgent care center right next door, and our flagship hospital that you're at right here with 817 licensed beds and a level 2 trauma center, we were the natural choice.
Looks like Dr. Holland made really good friends with Scully there. Yeah. The 2017 World Rowing Championship starts on September 23rd.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, some lasting damage from the solar eclipse. Medical professionals explain how much sun exposure could be a permanent problem.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, more play areas for dogs. The city of Sarasota dedicates thousands of dollars for 2 new dog park areas.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It does things that seem impossible, feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The nation's political split over President Trump is expected to be on full display tonight in Phoenix, Arizona.
In just a few hours, the president will hold a rally there. The mayor had asked the president to postpone this event in the wake of Charlottesville. He was afraid tensions are running too high, but the rally will go on. And as ABC's Danya Backus tells us, police are preparing for tens of thousands of protesters.
In anticipation of President Trump's rally in Phoenix.
This is enough to help about 2,000 people for the first hour.
Maria Castro in Puente, Arizona, an immigrant rights group, are planning a rally of their own.
We want to make sure that we send a very loud and clear message to the rest of the country.
They are part of tens of thousands of demonstrators expected to gather outside the Phoenix Convention Center where the president is speaking.
We're planned, we're prepared, and we're ready.
Phoenix's police chief is not taking any chances, and neither are nearby businesses. Many are closing early, and people are worried about the threat of violence.
I'm just gonna try to avoid the fray and try to avoid getting hit with a bottle or something in the head by one of the protesters.
With pro-immigrant groups, Antifa and Bikers for Trump, who say they will be there to protect the president, planning to gather in the same place. Police say they will be at their highest staffing level, and the National Guard is on standby. The big question now is, what about former Sheriff Joe Arpaio? Will the president announce a pardon during this rally? Arpaio telling ABC News he was not invited to the rally and has heard nothing about a pardon. In Phoenix, Arizona, Danya Backus, ABC News.
Well, it looks like dogs will soon have 2 new places to play in the city of Sarasota. City commissioners want to add 2 off-leash dog parks at 2 existing parks. Gillespie Park, right off 10th Street, and Whitaker Gateway Park as well. That's off 41. On Monday, the commission approved funding for both dog parks, which will cost around $212,000 to build. The next step will be to put the projects out to bid. Construction is expected to begin within a few months. When we hope it's a little cooler than it is today.
Oh my goodness.
Not
You
the
would
day to take the
not want to
dog
be
out
out. No, dogs
Right,
are going
if
to get
you
overheated.
take your dog out, be careful too. The roads, you know, the paws, obviously,
Yeah.
it's very hot. And on top of that, the heat index has the same impact on animals as it does on humans too.
And they don't sweat. They only sweat from their paws,
Right, or
so they have to pant.
Yeah, they pant, exactly. We are looking at some very warm temperatures, but not much rainfall so far for this month of August. It's been a little unusual, and whenever there's a tropical system around in August, you have to be careful. It doesn't matter what the models are suggesting in terms of intensity. What matters is that the water temperature is 90 degrees across most of the Gulf. On top of that, we have a little disturbance right here. It's a tropical wave, but it appears to be a little low pressure right about there. And the forecast models are indicating that this is going to move off to the west very slowly over the upcoming 3 days. Some models do take it off to the northeast a little quicker than that, but it looks like it bears watching in terms of rainfall. Now, we are going to get a lot of rain from it. It doesn't appear at this point that we're going to see anything significant in terms of wind, but we'll keep an eye on it. This is also going to be interesting. This is Harvey, the remnants thereof, 100% chance of it redeveloping into a tropical storm. And more than likely, it's heading right toward just south of Houston into Texas over the upcoming days. So it could be a Category 1 or possibly even a Category 2 hurricane before it makes landfall. That's what we're thinking right now. As far as the radar picture goes, you can start to see a little increase in moisture over South Florida and along the east coast near the Bahamas. That's associated with that tropical disturbance right now, which will, it looks like for the most part, drift off to the west, hang around for a day or two, and then move back to the northeast as a frontal system approaches the southeast United States. That will cause it to shift off to the northeast. That's what we're looking like now. But yesterday we had all this kind of dry air around us. Now the moisture is starting to encroach on both angles there and from the south. So increase in moisture means a better chance for showers and thunderstorms. Some of that could be rather widespread. So we're going to get back, I think, to our average rainfall amount pretty quickly here. 95 degrees right now. That's not average. That's well above it. Dew point is at 70, and winds are out of the east now at 10. There's not much of a sea breeze that has developed. And the temperatures currently across the state, 91 in Jacksonville, 92 in Orlando, 90 in Miami. So it's hot all over, and really 96 degrees. The temperature right now in Miami City, 97 in Venice, 96 in Inglewood, and the Gulf water temperature now pretty close to 90 at 89 degrees. So tomorrow's forecast looks a little different. We'll have some clouds on the increase throughout the midday, and then showers and storms are in the mix. A fairly good chance of that happening tomorrow, so I don't think we'll see as high of a heat index tomorrow due to the increased cloud cover and a little bit better chance for some showers and storms. The RPM forecast model is indicating some of the isolated shower possible this evening, but not much. And as we move through Wednesday, you'll see partly cloudy skies to start today, and then showers and storms starting to fill the picture up, especially in the late afternoon and evening. Some of those storms with that tropical moisture around could be rather heavy. Similar conditions anticipated on Thursday, as that tropical wave will be pretty much right over the top of us, or even a low pressure area just to the west of the state. So the models are a little bit confused with this one because there's no organization right now. And once it does organize, if it does so, we will see a little bit better handle on where it may be heading. But you can see that trail of moisture kind of streaming into an area of low pressure right there near the Bahamas. And it looks as though the forecast is calling for it to move right across the state, hang out here in the East Gulf of Mexico. Some take it off to the west, while others, like the Canadian model, takes it off to the northeast in time. But either way, as I said, it doesn't appear to be a big windstorm. A big rainstorm is a possibility, and it looks as though we will see that eventually stick around for a while. East winds turn to the north at 15 knots, subsiding somewhat in the afternoon down to 5 to 10, seas running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop. We'll get to the 7-day forecast for you, and it includes rain and a good chance thereof of it all the way through Sunday, and then tapering off on Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert traffic. Right now we're seeing traffic backed up on US 301 as you head north in downtown Sarasota. Traffic also moving slowly along stretches of Fruitville Road as well as you head towards the east. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, if you glanced at the eclipse yesterday without protective glasses, how do you know if your eyes are damaged? The sun isn't any more harmful during the eclipse than it is that, on a regular day. It's just that you're more likely to look at it. The chief of ophthalmology at New Jersey's Inglewood Hospital says if you looked for just a second or two, that is not an issue. But he says staring for 10 or 20 seconds could be harmful. You are not likely to feel pain if you do have damage because our retinas lack pain fibers and they can't heal themselves. Blurry vision won't kick in for about a day or two, and it can take months or longer for your eyes to return to normal, if they do at all. So if you're experiencing that, of course, go see an eye doctor. A study by Georgia State University shows using pot can raise your risk of dying from hypertension. Researchers surveyed more than 1,200 participants on their marijuana habits and followed them for 20 years. After adjusting for factors like body mass index and previous heart issues, the researchers discovered that those who used marijuana were more than 3 times as likely to die from high blood pressure. Plus, for each year of marijuana use, their risk grew by 4%. Scientists say THC acts on the endocannabinoid system, which regulates heart function and can cause an increase in heart rate and blood pressure. Coming up, a high-speed train crash leaves 40 people injured, what passengers experienced during that collision. Plus, I think we have the video switched here, but plus an unexpected surprise from some furry friends at the Nashville Zoo. How these animals reacted to the eclipse. We'll have those stories coming up.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better. With amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
More than 40 people are hurt in a high-speed train crash in Pennsylvania overnight. The passenger train collided with an unoccupied train car in a terminal just after midnight. Many of the passengers were knocked to the floor of the moving train when it hit that parked train. The train's conductor and dozens of passengers were hurt, but all are expected to recover. An investigation is ongoing to determine why this happened. Rescue crews in Kansas City, Missouri are rushing to help people who are stranded by severe flooding. Severe storms cause flash flooding in parts of the city. The high water posing a problem for drivers who are still on the road trying to navigate the roads that are underwater. Thunderstorms and heavy rains hit the area hard overnight. Some parts of the city reported 2 to 3 feet of floodwaters. Rescue crews are trying to save people who are stranded in homes, cars, even on top of their vehicles.
The driver of an 18-wheeler might be a little on edge tonight after this accident. The semi was left hanging from an embankment near a highway overpass in Cypress, Texas this morning. The weight of the trailer kept the cab from falling to the ground some 16 feet below. It's not clear yet what caused this big rigs driver to veer off the road, but he was not hurt. Authorities called in a heavy-duty wrecker to pull the truck from the edge. Wow, scary. The solar eclipse was a memorable experience for millions of spectators, but some people at the Nashville Zoo got an extra treat after the full eclipse passed. Giraffes started running wildly all around their enclosure. One worker at the zoo says he expected them to go back to their gate when the sky went dark. But as the progressing eclipse began to mimic twilight, they started their evening ritual of engaging in play.
Something.
That's very cool.
Even though it lasted only a couple minutes.
Right, it just threw them off, right?
It
triggered the nightly run there.
Aren't they graceful when they run?
Very.
I just love it.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a video that sparked outrage could lead to a policy change in Venice.
Now, this shark dragging video may change future fishing rules at the pier. That story coming up.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-671-4817.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.